Did you know that having satisfying relationships with family, friends, and community can have a positive impact on your health and longevity? So, how can healthy relationships improve our health? Let's take a look. As we begin to look at healthy relationships, I once again turn to the research that is coming from studying the blue zones in the world. There are three common lifestyle factors that increase life expectancy and are related to social connections. First, they put loved ones first. This means they have multi-generational families living together or nearby. This lowers disease and mortality rates of children in the home as well as adults. They commit to a life partner and invest time and love into their children. This can add up to 3 years of life expectancy. Second, they have the right tribe. These people choose or were born into social circles that supported healthy behaviors. Research from the Framingham studies shows that smoking, obesity, happiness, and even loneliness are contagious. In Okinawa, Japan, it is common to create groups of 5 friends that commit to each other for life. The social networks of long-lived people have favorably shaped their health behaviors. You can refer to the link in this module to complete the tribe checklist to learn how you and your friends can help each other improve your life and health. And third, they belong to a faith-based community. Denomination doesn't seem to matter. Research shows that attending faith-based services 4 times per month will add 4 to 14 years of life expectancy. Let's look at some of the health benefits associated with healthy relationships. Dozens of studies have shown that people who have satisfying relationships with family, friends, and their community are happier, have fewer health problems, and live longer. Conversely, a relative lack of social ties is associated with depression and later life cognitive decline, as well as with increased mortality. One study, which examined data from more than 300,000 people, found that lack of strong relationships increased the risk of premature death from all causes by 50%, an effect on mortality risk roughly comparable to smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day, and greater than obesity and physical inactivity. As we learned earlier, chronic stress can lead to heart disease, digestive problems, and reduced immune function. Scientists have found that healthy social connections help to relieve harmful levels of stress, which can adversely affect coronary arteries, gut function, insulin regulation, and the immune system. Another line of research suggests that caring behaviors triggers the release of stress-reducing hormones. Research has also identified a range of activities that qualify as social support, from offers of help or advice to expressions of affection. In addition, evidence suggests that the life-enhancing effects of social support extend to the giver as well as to the receiver. Having a network of important relationships can also make a difference. A large Swedish study of people ages 75 and over concluded that dementia risk was lowest in those with a variety of satisfying contacts with friends and relatives. In your reading, you have learned about the different kinds of relationships. Let's look at some highlights. Your relationship with yourself is arguably the most important relationship in life. One's relationship with oneself is crucial to proper development and maintaining healthy relationships with others. It's about healthy self-love. We learn so much from key figures, parents, siblings, family, peers, and other adults about how to relate with oneself. Self-concept is an overarching idea we have about who we are, physically, emotionally, socially, spiritually, and in terms of any other aspects that make up who we are. We form our self-concept as we grow based on the knowledge we have about ourselves. It is multidimensional and is not consistent for all aspects of who you are. For example, you may have a very different idea of who you are in terms of your physical body and who you are in terms of your spirit or soul. Self-esteem, or the extent to which you value yourself, influences your ability to nurture yourself and maintain healthy relationships with others. Possessing little self-regard can lead people to become depressed, to fall short of their potential, or to tolerate abusive situations and relationships. Too much self-love, on the other hand, results in an off-putting sense of entitlement and an inability to learn from failures. It can also be a sign of clinical narcissism, in which individuals may behave in a self-centered, arrogant, and manipulative manner. Self-esteem can influence our lives in a myriad of ways, from academic and professional success to relationships and mental health. Self-esteem is subject to change. Successes or setbacks, both personal and professional, can fuel fluctuations in our feelings of self-worth. Each individual's experience is different, but this psychological resource seems to rise and fall in systematic ways across the lifespan. Research suggests that self-esteem grows by varying degrees until age 60, when it remains steady before beginning to decline in old age. Here are some tips to cultivate a healthy relationship with yourself. A great place to start is by caring for your basic physical needs. That includes getting enough sleep and rest, eating a nutritious diet, and exercising regularly. Prioritize the activities that bring you joy and fill your emotional reserves. And give yourself treats every day, such as a walk in the park, a small bar of chocolate, a long bath, or a yoga class. A healthy relationship with yourself also includes being aware of your internal processes. Simply ask yourself these questions on a regular basis. What am I feeling? What am I thinking? Also consider the why behind your behavior, thoughts, and feelings. For instance, ask yourself, I wonder why that's bothering me. I wonder why I'm feeling more lonely lately. Journaling and therapy are other vehicles for becoming more self-aware. Make time for yourself. For instance, sit quietly for 10 minutes in the morning with your first cup of coffee, or find books that speak to your soul and steal moments to dig into them every day. Daily meditation can be a great gift to yourself. The peace of mind that we generate while being mindful can carry us through even the most stressful of days. Anytime you hear the negative put-down swirling around your head, think about what you'd say to your best friend or sister or daughter, and then rewrite the script with love. Again, cultivating a positive relationship with yourself is the building block for your whole world. It's crucial to have a great relationship with ourselves because it's the only relationship that you are guaranteed to have every day of your life. Intimate relationships are those with family members, close friends, and romantic partners. Intimate connections are characterized by behavioral interdependence, need fulfillment, emotional attachment, and emotional availability. Through relationships, we fulfill our needs for intimacy, social integration, nurturance, assistance, and affirmation. A family is a group of people with roles, tasks, boundaries, and personalities whose central focus is to protect, care for, love, and socialize with one another. Your family of origin are the people present in your household during your first years of life, usually parents and siblings. From these people, we initially learn about feelings, problem solving, love, intimacy, and gender roles. Romantic relationships typically include all the characteristics of a friendship as well as fascination, exclusivity, sexual desire, giving the utmost, and being a champion or advocate for the others. We often choose a romantic partner based on the following characteristics. Proximity refers to being in the same place at the same time. Opposite attract usually isn't true. We are most often attracted to those who have common characteristics. Reciprocity means that you react with mutual regard, and people seem to seek out similarly attractive partners. But as relationships evolve, status and personality become more important. The equality wheel provides characteristics of a healthy relationship, referring to the equality of each partner. Non-threatening behavior refers to talking and acting so that expressing feelings is comfortable and acting in a way that creates a safe feeling and environment. Respect means listening without expressing judgment, being emotionally affirming and understanding, and valuing the opinions of others. Trust and support refers to supporting each other's goals in life, respecting each other's right to their own feelings, friends, activities, and opinions. Honesty and accountability means accepting responsibility for yourself, acknowledging past use of violence, admitting being wrong, and communicating openly and truthfully. Self-confidence and personal growth refers to respecting each other's personal identity and encouraging individual growth and freedom, supporting each other's self-worth. Shared power means taking mutual responsibility and having equal influence on the relationship, making decisions together. Communication refers to the willingness to have open and spontaneous dialogue, problem solving, and compromising so each person is happy with the decision. And finally, negotiation and fairness refers to seeking mutually satisfying resolutions to conflict, accepting changes, and being willing to compromise. And the power and control wheel identifies characteristics of an unhealthy or abusive relationship. Anger or emotional abuse refers to putting someone down, making someone feel bad about himself or herself, name-calling, making someone think they are crazy, playing mind games, humiliating one another, and making someone feel guilty. Using social status refers to treating someone like a servant, making all the decisions, acting like the master of the castle. Intimidation means making someone afraid by using looks, actions, or gestures, smashing things, destroying property, abusing pets, and displaying weapons. Minimize, deny, and blame. This refers to making light of and not taking someone's concerns seriously, saying bad behavior didn't happen, shifting responsibilities for one's own behavior. Threats are making and carrying out threats to hurt someone, threatening to end a relationship or to attempt suicide, making someone do something illegal. Sexual coercion refers to manipulating or making threats to get sex, getting someone drunk or drugged to get sex, pressuring someone to have sex when they don't want to. Isolation or exclusion refers to controlling what someone does, who that person sees and talks to, what they read, and where they go, limiting all outside involvement, and using jealousy to justify actions. Finally, peer pressure refers to threatening to expose someone's weakness or spread rumors, telling malicious lies about an individual to peers. All relationships exist on a spectrum from healthy to abusive, with unhealthy being somewhere in the middle. Healthy relationships are based on equality and respect, You make decisions together and can openly discuss whatever you're dealing with, like relationship problems and sexual choices. You enjoy spending time together but can be happy apart. Characteristics would be respect, good communication, trust, honesty, and equality. Unhealthy relationships are based on attempts to control the other person. One person tries to make most of the decision. He or she may pressure their partner about sex or refuse to see how their actions can hurt. In an unhealthy relationship, you feel like you should only spend time with your partner. Some characteristics could be breaks in communication, pressure, dishonesty, struggles for control, and inconsiderate behavior. Abusive relationships are based on an imbalance of power and control. One person is making all of the decisions about sexual choices, friend groups, boundaries, even what's true and what's not. You spend all of your time together and feel like you can't talk to other people, especially about what's really happening in your relationship. Some characteristics include accusations, blame shifting, isolation, pressure, and manipulation.